Documentary is hard. That's it. My name is Lester Rowe. I'm a director and producer of documentary, short film, and commercial. I think a lot of people think of the real life nature of documentary and capturing something and saying and think that it may be easier than it actually is. It's not. Actually, if I'm being honest, most stories are boring. Most people are boring. Most things in the world are boring. What essentially happens in documentary film is that you're picking a highlight and you're building a story towards the highlight. That's what's happening. And that's hard to do. It's hard to capture, actually. There is no perfect interview question. It's a buildup. Why do I want to do it? Why am I talking to this person? Why am I spending this time and effort on this story? That is really the crux of it. You have to answer those questions. You have to develop that idea of what that is for you as the director and producer or the storyteller. Because if you don't, you'll find that you have a billion interviews and a lot of questions and a lot of responses and a lot of videos that are, quite frankly, boring. It's not good. I've seen them. They're not good. I've interviewed law enforcement officers, and I can tell you, um, as everyone who loves true crime and really get a dig out of true crime, they are boring people. They're hard to talk to because it's in their nature to not give up information. It's in their nature not to give more than asked. So they usually hit a wall in every response. They're very short. So you have to learn to pillage this information from them and break them and crack them and find the right questions to ask early to get to where you're trying to get. And sometimes it may be rephrasing a question so you can get what you're trying to get out of them. Because again, real life is kind of boring. If you think about your 24 hours in a day, and your 24 hours, you sleep for 8 of them. So let's bring that back down to like 16. And of your 16 hours, you probably got 2 hours collective in a day that's actually interesting. And that's barely interesting. And a lot of times someone will say, man, I need someone to do a documentary on me. I'm like, why? Because they think of the highlight of their day or the highlight of a conversation and think that this would be a great story. If I took the collective week that you had, I have to be really good at what I do to make your week interesting. I'm pretty good at what I do. A lot of people aren't. And so when folks say that, it's not what you love about a documentary film isn't that you saw all the highlights. It's the build up to making the highlight good. It's the context to provide to that highlight. And that's difficult. And that's where, like, taking the time to develop the story, to develop the idea, to figure out why this is good and why it's not good. Who is it for? Who's the ideal audience? Like everything, you want to check these boxes before you start. And if you can't check many of these boxes, you probably have a bad story. It's probably not entertaining. It's probably not going to be important. It's probably not going to have impact. You can get it done. There's many, many documentaries that get done. All of them aren't good. And just because you have it done doesn't necessarily mean that's going to have impact. And for me, when I'm creating these things, I'm always looking for the moment. And when I can capture the moment, and that moment isn't always just built in the moment, it's built in the pre-production and the preparation and the treatment and everything that helps build us up to why we're doing the thing that we're doing and trying to find and create a moment. Because if that moment is good, it's going to be impactful. It's going to create a great story. It's going to leave an impression. And that's essentially why I do it. That's why I love it. And that's why I probably continue to do it.